Hey everybody, it's Pamela from Call Time Atlanta, and thank you again for joining me for another video. This is one in a series that I'm doing of shorter videos where it's just me talking to you on a specific topic that you want to know about. So the topic for today is how do you become successful at building a skill? And I wanted to share with you a little story about what I went through several years ago when I was at dance camp. But before I do that, I just wanted to say, it's all about practice. I think, most of us know this, and sometimes it's good to be reminded. So I might not be telling you anything that's new for you today, but if I tell you my story, maybe it'll kind of inspire you to keep with it and practice and know that as long as you are dedicated and you practice, you can achieve just about any skill that you want to, really. So my story is that I was at dance camp, Harang Dance Camp. It's in Harang, Sweden, and I went for this dance camp that's a month long. I did 2 weeks out of the month, and I went there for Lindy Hop. I'm a big Lindy Hopper. I do a lot of dancing, and I also took a tap program while I was there. So my first week was tap, and my second week was Lindy Hop. So my specialty is Lindy Hop. Like, I've been swing dancing for a long time. Let's just put it that way. I've been swing dancing for a long time. I've done tap, but I'm not like an expert at it. So I decided to go through this tap program, and I was put in an intermediate level class, and the class was formatted such that we had a week to learn a routine, and at the end of the week we had to perform that routine in front of the entire dance camp, and it was a couple of hundred people. It was a big dance camp. So the pressure was on. And I'll just say right out, I'll be honest, I was like the bottom of the class. My skills were not quite intermediate yet. And I thought maybe I could do more than I could. I was a little bit out of my league in this class, but I was in it and I wasn't about to quit. So lesson number one is that you don't quit. You keep going. If it's something you really want to do, you keep going. So what happened at dance camp? I went to class every day, so class was 3 hours long, and I was having trouble learning the routine. I just was having trouble picking it up. Again, I wasn't at the level that everybody else was at. So I asked my instructor if he would work with me after class and go over the routine with me, which he agreed to do. He was very gracious about it, and he didn't have to spend extra time with me, but he did. So he would come and meet with me for an hour later in the evening after our class was over. And all I remember from these practice sessions was that he would stand in front of me and he would do the routine, and I would look at his feet in front of me and I would follow him what he was doing. And so he would do the routine and then he'd say again, and he'd do the routine again. And after that he'd say again. And that's all that he said during our practice sessions. All that I heard him say in front of me looking at his feet was again, again, again. And we did it over and over and over. He would do this for an hour. And then after he left, I would continue in our space where we had met, and I would practice again and again and again. And I did this all week long. So all 7 days that we had this course, I'd go to class, I'd meet with my instructor, and then I'd stay on to practice some more. And by the end of the week, I am telling you, I had that routine down. I wasn't the best at it. I mean, granted, we only had a week to learn this routine, and if my skill level had been higher to begin with, then I could have really nailed that routine and really done a great job. But what I did accomplish was that I could do the routine, and I could keep up with everybody else in the class. And I went into that performance, and I knew I was going to get it because I had been practicing so hard all week long. And we had the performance, and it went off without a hitch. And I just had this exhilarated feeling afterwards. I was just so happy that I had done it. I was so happy I didn't mess up. And I was really glad that I didn't let my group down because, who wants to be the one person in the back who's messing up? So that's my story about practicing. And it's just, that was a week's worth of time. Imagine what you can accomplish if you have a month, if you have a year, if you have a lifetime. I mean, most of us, we live a lot longer than people ever used to. If you want to achieve something and you want to build a skill, a specific skill, there's no reason why you can't do it. But you need to practice. You need to dedicate yourself to it. You need to practice. And I'm telling you, sometimes you have to be really uncomfortable and get through that uncomfortable phase until you nail it. But I know you can nail it. So whatever it is that you want to do, go practice it today. Think of me when you're practicing. Think of my story and what I was able to accomplish in a week, and go do it. So thank you for watching. Subscribe to the newsletter. I'm going to put my links down below. Go to my YouTube channel, subscribe there. I would love it if you gave me a comment on any of the videos that you see on my channel, positive or negative. If you don't like these, tell me why. If you love these, tell me why. I'd love your feedback, so please subscribe, and I will see you next time. Thanks. Bye. The topic today is, how did you become, what is it?